All right, this is a summation of the May 7th meeting of the Mendham Borough Town Council. Yeah, it's routine, the silent prayer and pledge allegiance. The consent agenda passed, but a couple of members had to recuse themselves based on their connection with the Pastime Club because they're members. All right, so the first thing discussed was the website, the town website. So there was a pretty long discussion on that. It was a presentation by some guy from a company called CityNet. So the town's thinking, I guess, this is a proposal. It hasn't been put into an ordinance yet or a resolution. So basically the town would pay for a subscription service for this website service. So they would maintain modules of some sort where town employees could fill in information and it would post on the website and in some sort of standard format, I suppose. And there was some talk of having where you could pay for dog licenses and stuff like that online. I doubt the town would ever go to that. There was discussion about the agendas and the minutes, which are really simple to put online. And the only reason why it hasn't been online all these years is because the town refuses to do it. Okay, it's that simple. Do it in a useful manner, just like the township. It's always behind. You can find out the minutes, of a meeting 4 months after the meeting or 3 months after the meeting, sometimes if you're lucky. So it's, I don't know what the price tag on this is, so when I find that out, I'll let you know. But let's remember that I did the town website for 2 years for free. Until the ex-prick mayor, Dick Kraft, decided that I had to go because I didn't kiss his ass properly. He got offended that I had free speech rights on the internet. That's right, that I had some other interests, I guess, because you're not allowed to have that. I think it's just a politics thing. He decided he didn't like my politics. And even though the website was pristine, I mean, never one criticism about the content on the website. Yeah, they decided to get rid of the free website just to be assholes. And so anyways, we'll see what they're going to pay for this. I still have a lawsuit pending with the town over that whole website issue. And now it's going to be 5 years pending because the crooked, rotten, stinking judicial system allows a judge who lives in the Mendham Township to adjudicate a case against the Mendham Borough, which makes no sense whatsoever. But that's America now. Bunch of liars and cheaters and scumbags running our governments. All right, so on to other news. The other big issue was this high school budget. There was a presentation. So they're looking at only a 3% increase this time, which is rather amazing. But, when you consider how big the increases have been the last 3 years, it's about time. So the overall, if you include the local school budget, which was going to be 4% increase, the overall increase in property taxes is probably going to be down to 5% instead of the usual for the last couple of years of double-digit increases. There's really no news. I mean, they haven't built the tennis courts yet, but apparently they're putting out contracts for them this month. So $750,000 worth of tennis courts are still being built, are going to be built. So they're all proud of themselves how wonderfully they're spending money, but tennis courts and music rooms, not really a public responsibility. There was some rhetorical comment by one of the council members about watching Rush Limbaugh and hearing that Washington D.C. schools, it costs $25,000 per student, and it only costs 15 or 14 or whatever here. And yeah, it's a big joke. I mean, they have a few other problems in those cities than we have here. So that was an argument against consolidation, in his opinion. He felt that somehow that proves that consolidating school districts is inefficient. Yeah, right. Now, breaking unions is the way to fix the problem. Paying stupid teachers to extort us to pay them more seems kind of stupid. All right, there wasn't a whole lot of interesting subjects beyond this, so this will be a short video for a change, maybe. There was some talk about flood insurance and the fact that I guess the borough is one of only 9% of municipalities in New Jersey that haven't filled out the proper paperwork, I guess, to make them, to have an ordinance in place to be eligible for federal flood insurance. And so they're going to apparently fix that, so then you can buy your flood insurance that is subsidized by the government. There was some talk about the parking changes on Hilltop Road. You know, some people have speculated that's because of to get back at KC's. But yeah, it was part of the master plan. It was part of their plan to change the parking on the main roads and towards the center of town to speed traffic up a little bit. But the timing might have something to do with, you know, a little bit of game playing by the town. There was some talk about some resolution being sent to the state about how awful the state is for taking away all the little subsidy money that all the towns used to be getting, but they're not getting any more, like paying for the pensions for the overpaid employees and whatnot. Just some talk like this makes like some point in sending a letter to the governor and everybody else from the town that somehow accomplishes something. There's a little talk about the Highlands and smart growth and all that crap, and apparently the town can get a grant for $5,000 to study the issue. You know, so I guess they're going to apply for that anyway. But just from the talk, it would seem like they're leaning towards that it's a good idea to be part of this Highlands thing. You know, at least play by the rules. There might be some advantages in the long run. And yeah, that's about it. There wasn't any follow-up regarding this, whatever it was, that $1,300 for a taxi ride for somebody at Daytop or something, so I'll have to ask them about that. And so that's about it. No public comment. They did have a very long secret session and to discuss KC's, I guess, and litigation and whatnot, but no word on any of that stuff. So that's it, an abbreviated summation of the meeting.